Hello, my name is Becky. I'm a small artist from the UK and these are my top 10 artworks of 2023. At number 10 is this mixed media piece for the Peachtober prompt Grub. I decided to recreate my breakfast. I was very inspired by the work of Rebecca Edelmann, a ceramicist. I have 4 of her mugs now and she's known for these little skeleton figures. I used to do a lot of paper cutting in my art and I decided to give it another go for this one. It gave me the illusion of perspective and sitting at a table whilst keeping the flatness that I like in my images. It came out super well and I'm still really proud of this one. Number 9 is this little painting of a borzoi dog. I did this at the early stages of this style and this is where I got it, where I started to really feel like I was getting somewhere. And I think it shows and yeah, it just kind of reflects the new path I was heading down. I discovered my real liking for painting landscapes during this recent adventure, and this was one of the Peachtober prompts as well. I didn't like it when I did it. It was something to do with the wax pastel I added on. I didn't like the grey I added to it, but the more I look at it, the more I really like it, and I think I need to explore misty mountains a bit more. These other 2 landscapes were done on pieces of loose canvas in acrylics and oil pastel. It's the first time I'd really used oil pastel properly, and again I didn't like it, I couldn't figure it out, but now looking at them together with this one, they kind of feel a little bit cohesive and there's a little bit of something in there that I really like. Number 7 is these 2 lighthouses. The first one, the small one, was a prompt I gave myself when I started on this journey and I loved it. I loved that tiny house with the huge roof and the light bulb. Then when it came time to doing one of the prompts for Peachtober, I think it was light or candle, probably light, I decided to revisit it again. My style had developed a little bit further, I was a little bit braver with what I was doing, and I don't like one more than the other. I think they're just a nice pair together. These tiny houses with the tall roofs, I just really love them. I did a slightly different technique for this one. I used acrylic inks to create the glow from the bulb. It really works and it's the first time I've done it, so I was quite happily surprised. I still added all of the wax pastels and pencils on top, and you can see it's slightly more refined than the other one. And as I say, I don't like one more than the other. I think they're both got their little differences that work well together. Yeah, just really, it's not many of my things that I like enough to revisit. but this is definitely one of them. This was another peach show prompt. It was coral. I was quite stuck on what to do, so I thought I'd just do a portrait. I haven't done a proper self-portrait in a long time, and it seemed really easier to do it in these pink colours than it did in actual flesh tones, which I've worked on a lot since then, and you'll see a few at the end. But there's something about it in the coral that looks sort of otherworldly. I didn't look as sad in the actual reference picture as I do in the painting, but otherwise I was quite happy with the resemblance. I don't know why I'm wearing the headscarf, but I've been drawing my dog a lot with headscarves on, so I thought, I'll do one of me matching her. But I think it really well, it kind of gives it more of like a folk art look, which I really like. And again, it's flat, even though it's got a little bit of depth in the hair and in the folds of the fabric. The flatness is really something I'm trying to get in my work, and I think it's starting to get there. I absolutely love these. When I did the first one, which was the one with the shoes, it was for the prompts I made myself again. It was hide. I'd been drawing a lot of mountainscapes and with a lot of tiny houses on them, and I thought, what if somebody was hiding in the mountain? And that's where these mountain ghosts came from. And I don't know, since then I've been a little bit obsessed with them. Sadly, I don't have any footage of me drawing these, but it's pretty much the same techniques I've been doing all the way through. The gouache with pencil on top or the wax pastels. Seems to be working pretty well. So number 4 is portraits. I've come a really long way with my portraits in these last couple of months. If you've seen the video, you'll know it. I say every time Portrait Artist of the Year comes on to Sky, I always say to myself, I'm going to get better at doing portraits, and I never do it. But this year I've made myself, and I've given myself the time to just do real crappy ones and not be upset about them, and to just keep going and to try and find my own technique, and I think I'm getting there. This one is the eyes I love on this one. I like it's the barely there-ness is what I call it, that I like. There's no real definition around the eyes, there's no real definition in the clothes, it's just in the face and the hair. And yeah, I'm excited about these portraits. If you watched any other of my videos, you might conclude that I'm a little bit obsessed with my dog. I love painting her. She's got such a weird little personality and funny expression on her face. And I've kind of made a point of painting her a lot because I didn't paint my last dog. I didn't paint her enough, and so I've done lots of her since she died, but I didn't do enough of her while she was still here, so I made a point to paint Poppy almost all the time, and this was the biggest one I've done. And again, I didn't like it when I first did it, but it's been hanging around on my easel in the dining room since I did it, and every time I go in there I got a little bit of pride about it, not just because it's enormous and it's just all the detail in it and the fact that I can say that I did it, as weird as it sounds. But yeah, she's my little weirdo. So whilst we're painting dogs, this is my old dog, Dolly, who, as I say, I didn't paint enough of her while she was here. She died when she was 17, or nearly 17, but she was a special little thing. The same breed as Poppy, but just absolute opposite personality-wise. She was weird as well, but I like weird dogs. This one and the one I've chosen as number one, I did them quite far apart, but they sort of unintentionally, they go really well together. They kind of really show where I want my artwork to go, the direction I want it to go in, the sort of the world it sits in, and I've been really trying to recreate it and capture it again in some other bits I'm doing, but I don't know, I hope they're just not one-offs. Dolly loved a bit of fashion, so she always liked wearing a bandana. I'm not sure she liked it, but she put up with it, we'll say, wearing a bandana, so I needed to draw her with her little headscarf on. I don't know why, I just think they look really cute with headscarves on, so I've done it a lot. Various hats. I just think dogs look cute in hats. This honourable mention section is because I don't know where these sit, really. They're more of a gateway into other areas that I've been looking at. They kind of gave me the confidence to think, yeah, I can do weird stuff, I can do portraits, I can look at different styles of art and illustration and have a go at it without feeling embarrassed that it turns out bad, or not doing it because I'm worried it will turn out bad. So this is just things that have led me to better places. This is my favourite thing I think I've ever done. It's a big claim, I know, but it really encapsulates everything that I want my artwork to be. It's flat, but it gives the illusion of depth. the face is right, although it's probably not accurate. I can tell it's me, and I'm happy with the rendering of it. Just everything about it feels right, and as I said with the one of Dolly, they fit together well, and this is kind of the universe that I want my work to sit in. So I've just got to try and explore it more and try and work out who lives there with me and the dog. So that was my top 10 art pieces for the last year. Thank you if you made it all the way to the end, and if you followed any of my work before, maybe consider subscribing. I've got some exciting-ish things to come. I've got a huge list of stuff I want to do next year, so hopefully I can see you there. Thanks again, and have a good new year.